guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. So today, as you can see from the title, we'll be talking about something that I hold very dear into my heart, and I've already touched on in my previous videos, and that is a soft heart needs hard boundaries. Like, I cannot stress this enough. Signed, a very big lover girl. And when I tell you guys, I'm as lover girl as it gets. I'm as lover girl as it gets. When I tell you, I understood when Kanye say, how much does the earth cost? I think I'll buy the earth. He was talking about me, because when it comes to my partner, I feel like I have to go above and beyond to show you how much I really love you. And there's no limits to it. There's no limits. So as I talk about this, I will be getting ready to step out the house. So if y'all see me looking every way but loose in every direction, y'all know why, okay? So today's topic, I think, is very important, at least to me, because when I was going out of my first relationship, my very first one, I thought to myself, like, there was so many instances in my first relationship where I initially did wanted to end it. I did want it to end it, but you know, I was young, and that was my first time ever getting involved in anything romantical with anybody else. So I just assumed that every time that I did want to leave, the reason wasn't big enough. And every time I asked myself, like, what would be the reason big enough for me to actually leave somebody, I would always say, like, oh, cheating is like the line that I'm willing to go to in order for me to, like, really think, like, okay, this is worth leaving someone. No cheating happened in this first relationship, at least not to my awareness. I don't think he cheated. I don't think he is a cheater anyway. So I ended up deciding to, no, I got broken up with, actually. Okay? I got broken up with, and he was very clear as to why he broke up. It was a very valid reason and all of that stuff. So it wasn't anything like, you know, hatred or anything. And even to this day, there's absolutely no bad blood. But there was a lot of times that I decided, like, oh my God, maybe I should end it. And I remember specifically there was a moment in my first relationship where something had happened, and I felt like it had pushed boundaries that I wouldn't allow anybody to cross, and I allowed it. And continuously, my boundaries kept on getting tore down and tore down and tore down and tore down. And at the end of our relationship, when he finally ended it, and I accepted, like, you know, whatever happens, I'm not going to go back, and it is what it is. I told myself, like, to never, ever, 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 ever do that again. Because every time you sacrifice your boundaries, you are the cost. Simple as that. It doesn't take a lot to understand that. I feel like you must understand, when there is no price, you're the price. And so I unfortunately had to heal a lot. I think I didn't entertain anybody for almost 5 months. And then when I did, like, I knew that there was still hidden trauma that I just didn't want to ever speak on. And when I did speak on it, it was 7 months after our relationship when I finally broke down, and I, you know, became, like, really addressed these issues that were really bothering me about my past relationship. Which then leads me to this quote, like, a very soft heart does need hard boundaries. And I think the moment that somebody break these boundaries, you got to think in a very logical way. And men are very logical creatures. A lot of the times, men will tell you, like, okay, we don't test women. We don't do that here. Yes, they do. The very first interaction, first couple of interaction that you have, is kind of like a feel of, like, how you handle situations, how you react to situation, what would trigger you, what would not trigger you. And once you let a man understand that he could get away with a lot, there's a certain thing where it's like, maybe it's subconscious, maybe it is conscious, maybe, I don't know. But a man would just continuously start pushing more and more and more just to see what type of boundaries. Of course, don't get in my comments saying you're spreading false rumors about the generality of men. These are particular men. the exception doesn't make the rules. Of course, there are men that don't act that way and actually want to get to know you, but there are indeed men that will really test your boundaries. And for that reason, the moment that someone disrespects your boundaries or oversteps your boundaries, it's about putting them back in their line very respectfully, because again, not only are you honoring your boundaries, you're also honoring your values and your morals. So obviously, if you don't want to be disrespected, don't go disrespecting people back. But it's about really setting them back straight, and to make them understand this is going to be the first and last and only time that you will ever play with me the way you just played with me. Are we clear? Okay. And if you see that that boundary has been crossed again, you leave. You leave. And talking to my girlies, because I really do feel like this video is, majority aimed towards a female audience. And for the men that are listening, this is a very gender neutral type of thing. But obviously, whatever I'm talking to the girls, just switch it and just think that it's for the guys too, via the girls. It is very important that you respect that program, and they understand that once they fuck up, they fucked up. Especially when it comes to boundaries. And that is a rule that you need to have set before you enter a relationship, not when you are in a talking stage, a situationship, or in a relationship that you want to start clicking and thinking, oh my God, what are my standards? What are my boundaries? What can I accept? What can I not accept? Because the majority of the time, you probably let so much shit slide that the day you're going to choose to confront that one person, they're going to be like, okay, but I did that before and it never was a problem, so why is it now? You lose all credibility. So it has to be something that's stamped from the beginning. Good advice that I like to give lover girls in my friend group is that you're not allowed to fall in love. You need to walk in love. You need to be very, very, very cautious when you have a soft heart. You need to be able to analyze every and anything that could trigger you in long terms, and ask yourself, really sit down with yourself and think to yourself, 5 days from now, 10 days from now, a month from now, is this a behavior that I'm going to be able to swallow with the ease that I'm swallowing it now? And if the answer is no, clock out. Go ahead and clock out for me. Walk out that door. Okay? And obviously, whatever your boundaries are, whether it's extreme or whether it's not extreme, respect it. Because people only respect you when you respect the boundaries that you set. When people say self-discipline is really a love letter to yourself, it really is. And self-discipline needs to be applied in every single aspect of your life, whether it's fitness, diet, whether it's health, whether it's romantic, whether it's platonic. It does not matter. It needs to be respected on all boards across. Because now you get into these positions where you allow people to walk all over you, and then when you go to confront them, they don't take you seriously because I know you're gonna take me back like that. Now you look like a damn clown. And the longer you let it happen, the more you let it happen, you let somebody play with your boundaries and you let them come back, and you play with their boundaries and you let them come back. Now, not only are you the clown, you're also the monkey. You're also the elephant act. You're also the tiger act. You're also the motorcycle act. And then now, you're a circus. Dun, 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 dun. Don't be that, okay? Don't be that, and take it from someone who's been in that position. It is so important to walk away, because when a person feels as though that they could fuck up multiple times and still get multiple chances, you're no longer credible. You're no longer credible at all. When I say at all, I really mean at all. Like, you lose the respect that you have gained in their eyes. It is so important to set these hard boundaries today, before you get into these relationships, before you start talking to him, before you even swipe the motherfucking left on Tinder. Oh, them boundaries gotta be rooted in stone. I'm talking about Rosetta Stone. You can't play with your boundaries. You can't play with your values. You can't play with your morals. You cannot. You cannot. Respect is literally given from that point. I have had people or people that I've dated and I've told them this. And I like to be very transparent, because when you have hard boundaries, you need to let people know, because I cannot defend you if these are things that you've never discussed with the person across from you. I could only tell you, if you sat down, first, second date, whatever the case may be, y'all are getting to know each other, and you tell them from A to Z, okay? Very transparently what your terms and condition are, honey. It basically means whatever happened, honey, you can't sue me, okay? You let them know. And if they choose to act like your terms and conditions are a fucking playground, then you wrap their ass up, okay? And you send them home. That simple. That simple. I honestly, openly talking, I don't think I've ever beefed with any of the people that I've had past connections with. No ex, no situationship, no talking stage. I've never beefed, because I am extremely clear from the beginning where my morals, values, and standards and boundaries set. And the moment I feel like they're not respected, one time, okay, I'll tell you about it. 2 times, you're done. You see how I didn't even make it to 3? You're done. You're done. You're done. You're done. Because I already told you. And you still chose to not respect it. So now, how you're being selfish is how I'm going to be selfish. I'm going to protect my heart, because you don't really care about mine. So I don't know why I should ever be selfless with somebody that's selfish. You know? Please, it is very, 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 very important that you learn to have hard boundaries when you have a soft heart. So that's all I wanted to talk about with you guys today. I hope you guys take what resonates. Make sure you comment, tell me what you think. Share this video with someone that you think should hear this. And even if it's yourself, at least you're watching it. Make sure you like and subscribe, of course. Until next time, my loves. Bye.